Welcome to the precursor of G4 First Action. We are in France in November 1944. The scenario is 10.5 turns long. We have an American attacker versus a German defender. It's a big map. And the Americans also have some reinforcements in the form of 4 M4A3 76W. They enter turn 1. As you can see on the map, mud is in effect, and that means there is no smoke. There is also rain falling, which gives somewhat of cover beyond 6 hexes. The victory conditions is that the Americans need to control 6 of the multi-hex multi-story buildings on board 12. So these. There are 8 of them, and 6 of them needs to be controlled by the Americans by game end. We have 24 German minefield factors. They have a mortar. They lack effective anti-tank weapons, but at the same time the mud makes it very hard going for the Shermans, because there will be a dice roll every single turn they are moving off-road, and that is a secret dice roll. Obviously it will not be secret because I'm doing this solo. So I would just move them as I would have, and then it turns out if they bog or not. One other thing is that in the German setup, they are allowed to set up on board 12 and on board 18 with a maximum of 10 MMCs per board. Before that, the Americans need to designate one of the boards that will undergo a bombardment. So what I will do is to make the German setup, and then at the start of the game, when the bombardment comes down, I will just make a die roll for which board it will be. So I don't actually know that myself before I do my setup. So that is how I will play that. Anyway, otherwise it's not much to this. Remember, in mud there's a +1 TM for high explosive in open ground. Germans have 1 heavy, 2 medium machine guns. They will most likely dominate the terrain during the American advance and try to make the Americans take some casualties on their way to the village. Historically, the American tanks did not engage much in this game. I will of course try to get those American tanks up and running as soon as possible, because they have tremendous firepower. Cannot use them for smoke, of course, because of the mud. The mortars have less effect in mud because of the high explosive in open ground. So they will probably be used against hard targets and then just hope for rolling snake eyes, basically, and get critical hit. And as soon as they malfunction, their manning infantry will join in on the assault. is what I'm thinking anyway. So, not much to it for those of you that don't know. This hex means that there is no building on the ground floor. The ground floor is just open, so you can see right through here. From there to there, perfectly fine to see underneath this. Whoops, underneath this, I mean. So that is how that works. The roadblock will probably try to channel the armor away from the paved roads, because on paved roads the tanks don't bog, of course. And I'd say that is about it. So hope you will enjoy it, and bye for now.